Greetings, this is Warrior King, and the time has come for the lions and the lioness to tell their own story. This is the lion's voice. Give thanks and praise for the wonderful blessing that's been poured on me. Give thanks and praise. Jah use I as an instrument to set the people free. Jah give her the powers to chant. Jah give her the powers to chant. Ras Tafari, the lion's voice.
This is Mama Thea of Asli Pure, and when I want to hear the story from the lion and the lioness, I listen to Lion Voice with Ras Kwasi.
Greetings, this is Ras Mystic. The time has come for the lions to tell their own story. See? This is the lion's voice. Keep it locked, right, sir? Ras Mystic said that. Are you satisfied? Wipe those tears from your eyes. I'm all alone, still you thought I was telling a lie. This is the lion's voice. Keep it locked, right, sir?
What are you waiting for? Come together, calling from near and far. Know who you are. What are you waiting for? Rally up, it takes the dust. What are you waiting for? Ancestors paved the way for us. Yes, I am Ketis Oyonde, asking, what are you waiting for to come together? The time has come for the lions to tell our own story. This is the lion's voice.
Yes, Jah people, this is Michael Shamai representing. I will say, hear the lion voice, saying it is time for the lions and the lionesses to tell their own story. King David killed Goliath with a stone, we original dread.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. But people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the lion's voice, we come to tell our story. Rastafari, live it. Hey, the lion's voice, Rastafari.
Alright, listen to me now, people. The lion roar, no dog bark. See? The lion's voice with Kwasi Bansu. Time right now for the lion to tell his story. See? Listen up.
Amina, the time has come for the lioness to tell our own story. No surrender, no retreat, we are Jah soldier. Rougher than the streets, tougher than a boulder. Bigging up Lion's voice. Now put it, I-Chelle said that.
Yeah, now the time has come for the lion to tell his own story. Yeah, the one them called Celestial I represent for the mighty lion voice. And this a shook up your planet tectonic. As me sip up my roots and tectonic. And you can't make me jump nor get panic. Have the engine a run like mechanic. Room.
I will never stop, hail the Most High, and I will never stop, call Rastafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Rastafari.
Yeah, David Dread of Steel Pulse, and I'm saying hail to the lion voice because it's time that the lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here. Hear me now. Yeah, the lion's voice. Raw.
Well, lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion voice.
Ras Tafari, Empress said the first. Tell the people about Empress many. Well, even if the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, but to the coming war we stand tall. I will shower you side and me now but think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day of the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your love was a lifeline. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day of the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, that light was a lifeline. It seems like the world is upside down. I will never hide, I'd rather stand my ground. Lion of Judah blessed with the triple crown. Can't come fool I with no circus clown. Now fear no hurricane or the cyclone. Respect for Mama Earth with that embedded on me bone. That's why I will never leave you alone. Protect you from harm when the alarm sound. So even when the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, through the coming war we stand tall. I will shower you with my love. And even when the people start mal, when they see their city streets them flood, when the hurricane blow down our wall, I'll be by your side and me now but think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day of the night time. The Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your light was a lifeline. I think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day of the night time. The Almighty, I made your light shine, and unto I, your love was a lifeline. They say hurt people, maybe that's why Babylon them so evil. Maybe Babylon abused as a child. That's why them no like the light when you smile. That's why them no like how your body curve. The way how you dance get on Babylon nerve. Them no know how the Almighty you serve. Want to be a queen, so a king you deserve. And
what do you have to tell the people about Ras Tafari?
Light to the world. The King of Kings and the conquering line of the tribe of Judah. And left himself. Where's Ruler? Hey yo! Yeah. Hear them high, hear the black king on the 23rd of July. So tell them guy who praise God up in the sky, it's a lie. The Almighty living on your night. From ancient time them a try. Them Romans know them just open them suit and ties. Criminals ain't got no alibi, they stole my people. Then them comes without them genocide.
Are you talking about slavery?
Them couldn't kill the lion way come conquer Judah tribe.
Who?
Go through tribulation, and I strive, see sufferation, and I still rise. That's why we tell them in America, live Rastafari in every ghetto area. We come if you tell them in a Toronto, straight at it.
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of His chosen Queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the Chazmach Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man. I'm a creative industry attorney, I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of Lion Talk Live. Welcome to Lion Talk Live, and welcome to the Lion Voice Network, where the lions are telling our own story. Tonight we have an instant classic episode. The Diaspora Africa Rastafari Congress DARC is here. We are going to be going into their latest successful event. This is one of the strongest Rastafari entities when it comes to underground work. Over a decade long resume, proven track record of delivering to the Rastafari family. And tonight I want to just have a talk about Rastafari excellence.
You know what I mean? What that means, what that looks like, because I think dark represents excellence. It's special to I because I was a witness to dark, the formation. I was there. I didn't join, you know, and I talk with Jubby. I'm going to join. I stand by that sound. So look out for that announcement when I become an official member of Dark. However, I will say that I've watched over the years the Association of Rastafari Creatives is a member of the coalition that Dark had formed in terms of Rastafari Mansion and organization working together. So always I've been a supporter of this entity. This is the first time on the platform, so it's a special full circle moment for I. I was reasoning with one of the guests and realized it's over a decade I know this history, you know what I mean? Years and years of works on the battlefield, and that's the sweetness of this Rastafari journey when you stay faithful, you know what I mean? You see ones evolve, you see the works grow and prosper, you know, and you see the investment that you put in flourishing and these types of connections coming, you know, these full circle moments. This DARC was one of the entities that rose actually out of an initiative started by the Universal Development of Rastafari. I was honored to be the one to conceive and to conceptualize, and at the time it was called the IDOR Teleconference Initiative. This is when we used to have the call-up numbers. We used to call up, and IDOR initiated is the first entity to initiate regular scheduled international connection. You know, that time you had to dial up a number, then you put in your passcode and you were on a teleconference. Now it's Zoom, you know, that has taken over. It's regular in Rastafari, but, you know, I am happy to say I'm one of the pioneers. Out of that teleconference initiative came Tron, came Dark, and came many other initiatives, you know, teleconference, and then of course it evolved into Zoom. So, but the importance and the inspiration actually came from His Majesty. We were going through the selected speeches and the speech on communication, you know what I mean, and the importance of communication, regular communication. So we give thanks that it has become normalized in the Rastafari community for the workers to be connected over land and sea, because I think that is how we solve some of the challenges that we have locally with the workers being so few. You know what I mean? The workers now have to connect over borders to get the work done. You know, no more time for excuses. Before I bring forward the guests as well, I want to just share some footage we have from Hurricane Melissa. The item know that has been a regular feature now of my days in terms of reasoning with ones and phone calls and the whole vibration of trying to mobilize around the hurricane relief. I've been working with the RMO in Jamaica to, you know, help to conceptualize and do some of the planning. Unfortunately, we're not on the ground, but I want the item to see what is happening on the ground. I have a very quick footage of Pit 4 Naya being sent to the work that's happening. You're going to see an elder helping to clear the region. Mightyful Asians, you know what I mean? You see me, they muscle up and them thing there because fitness, you know what I mean? And this is why, you know, let me just a little aside for the brethren. Sistering too, but for the brethren, this is why I must exercise and keep it goody. Full, you know what I mean? Mightyful, because disaster strike. Now you need the two muscles to lift up a tree, yeah, so and chop a bush there, so you know what I mean. It's not a vanity, you know what I mean. So make we just take a quick look at this work here. Hold on there. Hold on there.
Stop now.
All right, let me play it one more time. This is the Pit 4 Nyabingi Center. You see the elder with a chainsaw. Up on himself, so he know where him a do. It's not a man just pick up an instrument and you can see the man train, he know where him a do. You know what I mean? So you know on this platform we advocate with that level of manliness in the church. You know what I mean? The man don't pick up, put some work, exercise, watch the goodie, continuation. Right, guys?
That now?
Yeah, them thing that we are talk about, you know what I mean? Serious. We also received some footage from Dr. Shelley. Those who have been watching the platform will know Dr. Shelley is one of our great workers. You know, she does back to school events. She takes care packages to the Asian. She's now showing us her property, and I'm going to show another video of inside of her property. This is the outside. We're walking up just to let the ones know that everyone on that side of the island catch a little bit of the coolness, you know what I mean? And these are our workers. So we're going to find out from Dr. Shelley what she needs, and we'll be sharing on this platform because she's one of the workers we want to make sure get forward on our feet, because she helping her will help many, you know what I mean? Because it's a system that give regular, you know what I mean? Anything to do with children and Asians or Dr. Shelley. So you can see, you know what I mean? This is the devastation and destruction that ones are facing right now in Jamaica. Very serious. Let me one more. This is now the interior of Dr. Shelley house.
Inside the house full of water, but it's too dark. It's too dark to see.
So you see the water damage, roof lift off. That's all water. You can't see it clear. And then we have to worry about mold, all of these things. So again, perilous situation with I and I family in Jamaica. We're going to be showing regular, I'm getting footage from all over. So one of the things that we're going to be doing on the episodes, at the beginning of the episodes, is just sharing, because ones have no outlet, and we want to, you know, long after this comes off of the media, it's still going to be an issue. We're still going to need to be raising funds. So we want to make sure that the global family realize how serious it is, you know what I mean? How serious it is. This is the RMO effort here, Rastafari Relief, Rebuild and Rise. There's a GoFundMe. You can scan the QR code. We are raising funds, and the goal is not to just raise funds so that we rebuild what was there. The goal is to utilize this to reimagine what Rastafari in Jamaica can look like, you know what I mean, in terms of now being proactive, you know, making sure that our centers, we have centers that are training the people, getting them ready for repatriation, that we have farms, that we're actively and intentionally working on Rastafari food sovereignty. Food is going to be a major issue, family, in the coming months and years in the islands. You know, the islands depend primarily on imports, and the food situation, I cannot stress enough. And the food that's in a lot of the markets is filled with Miracle Grow, glyphosate. It's giving cancer. You know what I mean? Places like St. Elizabeth, where the breadbasket are one of the highest cancer region in the country. And it's because of the chemicals where the farmer them are used, you know what I mean? So we have to have our own sovereign food system if we're talking about I-Chelle. So we're going to be doing a lot around food family. So if you can give your pennies, whatever you can attribute, we do give thanks. The funds will be channeled through the Coral Garden, Rastafari Coral Garden Benevolent Society, which is an NGO. So, the Rastafari Coral Garden Benevolent Society is one of the members of the RMO. So they will receive as a benevolent society and help with the administration. I know DARC is also planning to do some relief, and we're encouraging. There are many Rastafari efforts, so anyone that you can attribute to, the individual centers are doing their own. I know the Naya Binky has their own fundraising. Right now it's all hands on deck. It can't too much because the need is so great. We have so many Haitians that are homeless right now, so many families that are homeless. We can imagine you get up one day and the shelter were over your head is gone. Can you imagine that family? Worse, you have children, nowhere to cover your head, and then now crime and violence is rising, people running in people's gates, all kind of thing is happening. It's really a judgment morning, and we are asking on I love and sincerity Jamaica, um, you know, spread Rastafari to the world. And a lot of the mainstream care that's coming into the island is not suitable for I as Rastafari. And some of the foodstuffs and thing, we don't know where it come from. Is it GMO? Is it gonna create a sterilization issue? We don't know what is happening right now. But the best, they say, Mama say, blessed is the child that have his own. So food security and food sovereignty, again, we're going to be stressing that on the platform. I'm just coming from Ghana, where we had a huge summit led by Habesha around Black food sovereignty, global Rastafari food sovereignty. The Road to Zion series, Road to Heaven on Earth series. If you haven't seen it, episode 1 has dropped, detailing the journey. So we're going to be documented and highlighting it. But for the next year or two, look out for a lot of food related, farming related content here on the Lion Voice Network as we reorient the chart around agribusiness, agro-processing, ITAL standard, becoming food self-sufficient. You know what I mean? If you cannot feed yourself, you can't fight no war. So everything else where you talk about don't matter once you can't feed yourself, family. All right. So before we bring forward the guests, let me take the time to big up the greatest online community on the planet Earth. I'm biased enough. The Lion Pride. Big up yourself if you're the Lion Pride. If you subscribe, you're part of the Lion Pride. Big up the Lion Pride on Patreon. These are our monthly subscribers, the economic engine. Right now, 45 out of 57,000 step up to say we are going to invest and fund Rastafari independent, non-aligned media. We have to do better, but I'm patient. I don't take it personal because I know this is why we don't have no schools, we don't have no health centers. No one is coming to build these things for us, family. We have to invest in ourselves. If we don't believe in ourselves, I better we pack up and go home. Marcus Garvey said that people without confidence is twice defeated the battlefield of life. So we have to invest. So big up the 45 visionaries that have already invested in Rastafari independent non-aligned media. You can join and become a member. We're going to have our town hall meeting. We have Zoom meetings with our monthly subscribers. The next one will be, I think, November 29th. Look out for the flyer to drop for that. And I said, when we get to 50, we're going to start giving micro grants. We're going to select and vote in the Patreon for a worker within Rastafari who's deserving of some strength. And we're going to give them some strength and then we're going to interview them about their work. So they get some highlights so that the audience can give more strength. My vision is that we will have 50,000 people give $10 to one of our guests. That means that we would capitalize that guest to the tune of $500,000. We could do this every Wednesday, family. Can you imagine? I may have to reach 1 million subscribers to get that 50,000, but I'm planting the seed. So, at the end of every episode, we ask our guests how you can support them. And we want the Lion Pride go into your pocket and support whatever the work is, whatever the guests. We only bring top quality on the platform. If there's someone come on the platform, they're doing some kind of good works, the Rastafari or Pan-African Chad. So when we share their information, the aim is that the item as the audience are going to invest in building. No one is coming to save us. Reparation will not happen until we are in a power that have the leverage to demand the reparation. All of the colonial governments are collapsing. You think they're going to take time and give money to I when they can't even pay them own budget? That's not going to happen, family. We have to get rid of that illusion. Reparation will only come when we are in a position of power that we've empowered ourselves with the Mika Mika Maka philosophy, the 1 cocoa full basket principle. $10 a year. It might not do a lot, but when you're in the tens of thousands, giving that $10, now you're moving capital. Now we're shaking the earth. So join Lion Pride on Patreon. We have a group of like minds. We're going to revolutionize the media aspect of Rastafari content from a Rastafari perspective, funded by a Rastafari audience, so we stay truly independent. No sponsor can come shift we, because we have an audience base. So everything that we're doing is strategic, and I give thanks for the global family and everyone who has been supporting. If you don't have $1, you're still part of the Action Lion Pride. Big up yourself, Action Lion Pride. All of the action man them, you like, you comment, you share. Super chats. Big up Ras Roots with the super chats. Ras Roots is one of our model Lion Pride members. Lion Pride on Patreon. He's an Ubuntu Lion Pride. Everything the brethren do is in support, and we give thanks for ones like that, and we know more on the way, but I just want to have an attitude of gratitude, because without that, my aim is to pivot right now from the law to media full-time until we can hire budget and staff. Then I'll return and practice law, but I want to, we have to have media, for the repatriation, for the redemption. We have to have our own media. We have to be in control of our own narrative. You see how important with Marcus Garvey, the Negro World, W. Du Bois, the crisis. We need our own media, So those who see the vision and ready for work with I, looking forward. Big up all EWF. I am a proud member of Local 12 EWF. Our international president, Sister Cheryl Murray, was one of the honorees of the DARC Banquet. So we're going to find out about that and some of the other honorees tonight. But the Inity is happening, people. Get involved. If you don't like I come and chat too much, go support someone else. Big up Sister Fanai, Rastafari TV, Honorable Priest Isaac, Ija Star, Yard Real, there are so many Rastafari platforms that are doing great work, iYard Radio, I can go on and on. Anytime you call me, you miss people. So if you don't like I because the lawyer chat too much, go and support one of the other Muta Baruka, one of the legend them, with Ras Internet, and we're gonna have an announcement soon there. So find any of course I Never Knew TV, we have content over there. Big up Pan-African platform I Never Knew TV. All of the Rastafari own platforms need support, and we need to be the ones to invest. There's no God coming from the sky going to come save I and I family. All right. Big up from me at King Design. When I'm sipping tonight, I'm sipping from a Rastafari business. We talk and we live it. So we sponsors our Rastafari. Big up Frontline Books, Raseku Tafari. Get ready for reading Ras on the Frontline. Will return 3 books for the coronation. We're going to announce those shortly, our monthly reasoning with our elder Raseku Tafari. We have 3 recommended books coming, so stay tuned for that. We also big up Brother Carl Philpotts, who is also one of our sponsors. Buy Brother Carl's book, The Testimony of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, Defender of the Faith. New edition, you might have the old edition. Support all of our Rastafari businesses. We have to circulate the Rastafari Pan-African dollar, have a strong economic foundation before we can move forward. All right, family. Housekeeping out of the way. I am going to introduce my guests. I have 2 illustrious guests tonight. They are going to take us into the world of dark. So it's going to get dark on the platform, you know what I mean? And we mean that in the best way. We have the Minister of Finance, who is a man that is very mystic, you know what I mean, Ras Mystic. And we have the General Secretary, Royal Empress, I-Chelle. So let us give a warm Lion Talk Live welcome to the Dark Foundation. Royal blessings, family.
Yes, give thanks, Ras Quasi. Give thanks for having I and I. It's a pleasure to be here on the Lion Voice Network, representing the Dark Foundation, Rastafari every time. Much honor.
Yes, greetings. Give thanks for allowing the I to be here, I and I to be here. Dark Foundation, Empress I-Chelle here, Dark General Secretary. It's an honor to be on Lion Talk Radio, Rastafari.
Yes. So we have a tradition here. We're not going to go too deep, but I like to introduce my guests in their individual capacity, because we don't just want to be talking heads up here. We want the people to know there's a journey, there's a story. This lioness who I've known over a decade have a story, and the brethren have a story. So if you can just introduce the eye themselves, where you're born, where you're from, and just briefly, the journey that you have made to embrace Rastafari.
Okay. I'll start with myself. Sister I-Chelle here. Greetings and give thanks. I and I's been trotting for over 30 years now for Rastafari. Born of Jamaica.
People are going to say the age don't match the face, Empress.
I know that. That's right. 30 years plus.
You look like you're 30 right now.
Give thanks.
Good
living, healthy living, good karma, and living upright and Rastafari to its utmost.
Sorry, I interrupt there.
Nevertheless, a media artist, activist, philanthropist, musician. And so those are the things that I thrive on. Videographer, editorial, and media, like I said, media artist. And so I'm the Dark General Tech Secretary. So I hold the archives and everything for Dark Foundation and the records for the past 13 years now of works that we've been doing in the community here in the United States, in Jamaica, and in Africa. So I have all the records and different things that we've been trying to instill within the liberty. That's my.
And what drew you to His Majesty and Her Majesty?
Oh, it was a iration from when I was born. I have to say that I moved forward towards Rastafari on my own. It wasn't through a traditional route, like as a woman normally as a king man or someone that brings you to the liberty. But it was my own iration and my own seeking of this knowledge and liberty in order for my emancipation of my iration. Rastafari was always the way for me.
Okay. That's powerful. I've heard several sisters say that now, and it seemed like His Majesty called the eye to this work, and the eye has served faithfully. So we give thanks. We do. And where was the eye born?
I was born in Jamaica, Queens.
Okay.
My parents are from St. Mary. My father's from St. Mary, Baileysville, Port Marie over there, and my mother's from Portland.
So you lived through the crack area in Queens in
Oh boy, you're trying to put a number on me now, but yes, I
No, because for our international audience, they hear Queens that don't realize that, some of these areas were rough in the old York, especially, south side, north side. There was all kind of thing going on in the 80s in these areas, you know what I mean? Some of the high schools, Andrew Jackson, you know what I mean? Some terrible. Where did I go to high school?
Okay, so fortunately, of Jamaican heritage, yes, I was born in Jamaica, Queens, but during them time, I tried out to Long Island and migrated
Okay,
out there.
give
And I grew up
thanks.
with a white picket fence and it was
Okay,
quite
give
lovely. And I did
thanks.
watch the news of the crack and the slashings on the train and everything else. I saw that on the news.
Give thanks, give thanks.
So I'm give thanks to my parents for allowing me to have a good upbringing
Yes,
and a
yes.
well-rounded education,
Give
and to
thanks.
be able to trod and uphold this
Beautiful,
liberty. Give
beautiful.
thanks.
I love that. I love that for the eye because you're precious to I and I. But I just want to let the people know when they hear some of these, places, these places are historically for black people. They've bred some serious fire. All right, make we go to Ras Mystic, the Mystic one.
Yes, I.
Where was the eye born? Take us through the eye journey and the
Well,
eye embrace of Rastafari.
yes, giving thanks. Yes, born in Kingston, Jamaica,
Okay,
and around the halfway tree area.
okay.
Yes, and I come to Queens as a youth in the let's say the mid 80s. I live in Elmhurst, Queens, coming from Jamaica.
Okay.
So it's just coming from my parents having to leave the country. To be specific, my father, who was doing some works for Rastafari on the radio, and because of those works, you know, he was dismissed of his position on JBC Radio at that time. So he had to leave Jamaica, and they didn't want a Rasta business on the airwaves in them
Yes,
time.
yes.
We're talking about
And
modern
the
times.
I have a radio voice too. Me, I listen to the I voice. It's
Well,
yeah,
it's universal, it's universal. Seeing, give thanks. And then, we come forward to the United States here. And, as far as Rastafari, it's just inborn in I. It's just going through certain experiences and growing and maturing, and certain things start to come to the surface. And then you
so
start
so
to
so
just
the I went to high school in Queens.
no, no. So after a time, we move. The area get a little rough, so we moved north of New York City over the bridge there.
Okay.
And
So the I was also preserved from. Cause when them say Queens, Queens are a rough place in
yeah, 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 but
the 80s. So So
yes,
so you were spared from some of that
yes.
tribulation in that time. Give
Because
thanks.
the same thing that I talked about with the crack and everything. That
Mhm.
those are one of the things that my parents saw was growing rapidly,
Yes.
and decided that
Mhm.
we have to move.
Give thanks that
So
I
yeah,
had that ability. And also it speaks to the strength of family.
Mhm.
Because you both come from strong families, they had that ability to work together and to be able to move the item out of that tribulation. So we
Mhm.
really give thanks for
Yeah,
that.
I have to say that because my cousins growing up in Far Rockaway and all that, they had stories. And I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, man,
So
serious.
I give thanks for the education.
Yeah,
Yeah.
New York was serious, just like DC was very serious at a time. So, what it made the I embrace Rastafari? Did the I embrace it from Jamaica, or was it in America, Ras Mystic, that you really?
no, I was well set here in the United States, and going through certain tribulation, and there was something inside the eye, but it didn't come fully yet. It's like you check out things over here, over there, and you just don't connect until one time, I play a lot of sports and I get an injury, so I had to go sit down for a while. And it's those time when life slowed down now, I start to really get into my own meditation and say, and I used to have visions of His Majesty and thing, and just mystically, like we say, and from then it's just straight Rastafari.
Okay, okay, give thanks. What year is that we're talking about?
Over 20 odd years now.
Okay, like late
Yeah, over
90s.
yeah, early 2000s, yes. Yeah,
Okay,
so
okay.
yeah, them both them
That was
time.
around the
Yes,
time,
I
yeah, that was around the time I'm on site up late 90s. It was a powerful time. Yeah, I was gonna say something, Sister Aisha.
I signed up from 93.
93. Them time them just a go high school. No, them time them a junior in a high school, you know. I
Mm.
tell you, she will fool your family. You think it's a young sister, but she has
she
been
live good.
trotting 93. Give thanks, you know. So that's what that's over 30 years. Yeah, as I say, you know. So we give thanks. Um, all right, so let's talk about dark. You know, give us the history, as the I know it, Sister I-Chelle, um, of dark, and what is dark for those globally who are not familiar.
Well, Dark Foundation, Diaspora African Rastafari Congress. The
Yes.
Dark Foundation is a civic organization. We fulfill the creed, if you want to say it in a nutshell, that the hungry be fed, naked clothed, sick nourished, age protected, and infants cared for. And we uphold the creed to its fullest. So when it comes to anything that we need to do in terms of education, community service, holistic living, health, anything to that nature, we are there for the people globally in Africa, Jamaica, and the United States. We're connecting the diaspora together and upholding the tenets of Rastafari.
Yes, give thanks, give thanks. Yeah, I want to add anything to that, Ras Mystic?
Yes, philanthropic work. You know, I see that I show some videos of the devastation in Jamaica. Um, you know, prior to this and in the introduction, and just an example of the work that needs to be done. And this is what draw me to Dark Foundation is the philanthropic work, wanting the desire to help our own people. See, right now, Rasta going to suffer the most in these efforts, relief efforts, because
Yes.
Rasta have a certain liberty that the commercial aid will not uphold. So it's I and I's duty to do that. The ones who are capable. And when I first set up Dark Foundation, I saw the works from a distance. My father is a member, and he carried me to a function, and from there the energy just draw me, and I just been a member since. And it's good to have an outlet to do your works, because a lot of times we trot up and we individual just trotting as an individual, and well, when you have ones of the same minds and the same goal and the same vision, it make the work and the unity stronger.
Yeah, and I forgot to ask the Ras Mystic professionally. What does the I do professionally? We heard Sister I-Chelle, but what does the I do?
Yeah, I man is in the fitness industry.
Okay.
So yes, in the health and fitness industry. Um, I help people who have certain injuries, as maybe they have a stroke, they might have a surgery, anything like that, amputation, just to get back to a somewhat of a normal lifestyle, where you say normal.
Okay.
It can even just to walk, balance, so it goes along with the physical therapy work and things of that nature. That is one of my things, and also in the fitness overall, exercise and so forth. Yeah.
Okay, give thanks. And Sister I-Chelle, what year did Dark start? And what was some of the early days? What were some of the first works?
Okay. Dark was formed 12/12/12 in 2012, basically. It actually started from another a group that was previously formed, ADRU.
Yes.
And that was formed because of Mama Bubbles. There was a passing of Mama Bubbles long ago, and there was a contingent of Rastafari that came together and had to, put together a fund for her burial and everything else. And so that group came together, and then they formed ADRU, and then they had to send Nana Farika to Africa for a conference as well. And there was a few Rastafari works, and this group was doing they're collectively doing some works, Rastafari works together. And from there, ADRU, the name fell, and then it became Dark, basically.
Yes, yes.
And then that was in 2012. So that was like a year or two in the making beforehand. And then Dark, we never looked back. Our mission has been clear from day one, and we just said forward ever and backwards never, you know. Uh,
Yes.
when it was formed, I just want to read our mission statement for the
Yes,
team, the
please,
collective,
please,
because
please.
just to know the mission of the Dark Foundation.
Yeah, man.
The mission is to promote and preserve the advancement of Rastafari through social, cultural, economic, scientific, and technological ventures. Our purpose is to provide sustainable outlets for the global African community that will advocate the right to return to our African homeland, to protect the self determination of the great Rastafari nation, and to cultivate selfless public service while safeguarding African culture and tradition. That is what dark is about
Yes.
in its fullness.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I think, you know, in terms of excellence, I think Dark has exemplified Rastafari excellence in terms of execution. Um, as I say, I was a witness. I was part of that effort. Drafted that first report with Nana Faraika, in collaboration with Nana Faraika. And I've watched Dark over the years, on the ground, with so many different types of works. What were some of those early missions that you remember, that Dark engaged in, and if you remember why those were selected, those particular, because you have things like the Martyrs Day, the different, just give us some of that early, chad, because I was there.
Yes, and you mentioned Martyrs Day in particular, and that is one of our key events. We've been hosting here, but mostly in Jamaica.
Yes.
Martyrs Day, of course, that is one of our earliest works, because we have to give thanks to the ancestors, and it's very important to do that in anything that we are doing, because they will pave the way and give you the blessings moving forward. So Martyrs Day is a holiday that was started by His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I in 1937 for the Ethiopian Holocaust. Basically, there was an annihilation of priests and children in Debre Libanos, and they killed hundreds of thousands of people, the Italians from the the Ethio-Italian War. And so Martyrs Day was to commemorate this sad day. But it's also evolved in also commemorating our martyrs, the people, our fallen soldiers. And we take this opportunity to acknowledge the ones, even in the Rastafari community and the Pan-African community, in terms of the work they've done for the revolution, for the upliftment of the people, of the great Rastafari nation, and just Black people overall. So we've hosted the event in Jamaica. We've held one. The first year was at the University of West Indies on the slave plantation, basically, because the University of West Indies was a slave plantation. So
Yes,
many of
yes.
our ancestors, we were there by the
That's my birthplace as well. I was born on that plantation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that was the first place. We also held a space, Martyrs Day at Cable Hut Beach. Over there. So we give thanks to the ancestors on the beach side, and we did libations, and it was really gorgeous and everything else. We've done for Martyrs Day. We paid homage to ancestors like Leonard Percival Howell, going to Dovecot and paying homage to his site and his burial site and everything, and then going up to the pinnacle, doing like a repass and going around and actually acknowledging that his entity. Also, we've honored Queen Nani. We went to Maroon Town as well and spoke to the colonel as well, and offered a plaque and provided them with a plaque for the works of Sister Nanny and just Maroon Town people. It's a host of different things. Where's the House of Seba is more recent,
Yes.
which is unfortunately has been annihilated by the
Yes.
by the Hurricane Melissa. It is
And
no
we're gonna have them
it's no
definitely
longer
come as
there.
well. Yes, yes. No, I've seen the footage.
Yeah.
We actually showed some footage last week
Yeah.
with Bongo James,
Yeah.
went there, and you can see the destruction. So
Yeah, it's devastating. But
yes.
I give thanks because we had the opportunity to actually, was it this year? Earlier this year, we hosted Martyrs Day at House of Seba, and
Yes.
also last year as well. So we did a couple of years there at House of Seba, and they welcomed us back, and it was a welcomed event for the community in Montego Bay. We've hosted in Montego Bay with Ras Negus as well. There's a place that he hosts by his shop there in Montego Bay.
Yes, Root House.
Roots House.
Yes,
Give
yes,
thanks.
yes.
Give thanks. Also, Redemption Ground in St. Anne's, and up in Great Pond, Ras Tafari. We've hosted
Yes,
Ras,
and
and actually we've had the opportunity to do the 21 drum salute with women, 21 women drum salute for Nyabingi drum salute for the Martyrs Day, which was a monumental, pivotal event for the Rastafari community, because we all know that women are really not supposed to touch the drum per se,
yes,
and
yes,
it's interesting because the Nyabingi tribe is a female warrior
yes,
organizational
yes, yes.
tribe, so it was revolutionary for that within Rastafari. So Martyrs Day, I mean, every year we've hosted it. Even Jaipo, Marcus Goff has given us the opportunity to host our press releases in New Kingston at Jaipo. So we've had a host of different ones visit us there as well. So it's been great. That's one of our earliest events. We've hosted numerous Family Day events here in New York, in the United States, where we have barbecues, vegan barbecues on the
Okay.
Hudson, okay?
Nice,
And then
nice.
we're playing football, aka soccer. We have
Yes.
volleyball. We're barbecuing. We're African dancing. So that was and it's all free. You can host it. We hosted it, and ones come from the community, so we can just feel a sense of community within the family as well.
And the children get their supplies as well during that
Yeah,
event.
back to school
Back to
initiatives
school
that they're.
supplies.
Give thanks. So I just want the people them hear the comprehensive type of work that Dark is engaged in. Ras Mystic, since you have joined, describe some of the works that the eye has seen that Dark has done, and then what what role maybe the eye has played in some of those works.
Yes, I plenty of works have been done. Let's just start with holistic work.
Yes.
As I know, our chairman, Dr. B, is a professional holistic doctor, and through Dark Foundation, we have helped many people in dire need. You know, we held plenty of health seminars, whether it's via online or live in the physical, where ones come and get checked, they get their blood pressure checked, and their vitals and everything right there on the spot. There's been instances where individuals have got checked and had to go to the emergency room right away because they find certainly they're in danger. Their life was in danger on the spot. So if not for those seminars, you have people who can testify that they might not be here with us now in the physical. That's just a small example. Education. Dark holds a high standard in education in truths and facts, right? So everything is fact checked. We don't, no information is put out there unless we know that it's actual and factual for the people to receive, right? Which later on we want to touch on this almanac that the Dark has produced. We go into that. Ones in need, people's house are burned up in fire, and Dark was there. Volcano eruptions in the island of St. Vincent, and Dark Foundation was there. Our brethren on the continent and Sistren, and Dark Foundation is able to provide a strength, just to keep them going. And the work is endless. It's a philanthropic work. We often hear, like we said, of our Rastafari brethren and sisters who need that help, and the system is just not there. It's not going to put Rasta first, and this is what Dark Foundation is about, right? And then honoring our people as well. The work of honoring our people, which we'll get into, the main purpose while we're here.
Stick a pin. I just wanted to say that the Martyrs Day event is an event that we used to spread our holistic services and information. We not only pay homage to our ancestors, but we also take care of the living. So those are when we host those events in Jamaica and different parts of the island with Dr. B. We also provide services for prostate, we provide for high blood pressure and diabetes, and we also provide minerals and different medications, holistic vegan I-Chelle medication that's going to help the ones within the community. So there's a variety of things for libido, things for women health, headaches, pain, children vitamins, multivitamins. All of these things are free from the Dark Foundation to support the community at large.
Yes. One of my fondest experiences, Ras Quasi, is at those same Martyrs Day events when giving out herbs for different ailments, and in distributing these herbs, Ones will say, "Well, how much this costs, Russ?" And we can't afford this, right? And we said, "No, man, it's courtesy of Dark Foundation. We know that I need it, and it is courtesy. We are honored to be of service." And just their reaction is, just giving thanks and the vibration. Those are the things that matter in doing
Yes,
this work.
specifically for the prostate too, because we know that plagues the
Right.
community, the males
Yeah.
in our community. We
Right.
have a prostate formula that we give out to the community to help them to bring their PSA, their levels down, and different things of that nature. So, yeah, it's
As I said, and I want to have a reason with the item after we go through the banquet about just excellence and how do we work to, because I see a lot of mediocrity has crept into I and I call it loosey goosey. I'm anti loosey goosey, and I see a lot of that creep into I and I as Rastafari, which is one of the reasons we don't have strong institutions, is because I think we've allowed things to kind of just be out there, and not been intentional about our own. Hurricane Melissa exposed us. We were not ready. We were not ready for what has happened. We didn't have emergency supplies put on. We didn't have a storehouse of, collectively. Maybe individuals fared better, but in terms of as a collective, and I hope, we take that message as Rastafari. So I want to have that reasoning after we get through why we're here, because one of the reasons we're here is because I scroll through my timeline, WhatsApp, and I see this big banquet agwan and big things agwan and celebrity and this and that, and I say what agwan, and me realize say, okay, the dark event take place, so please tell us about this great event. And this is not a new event. We have to stress that this has been going on years and years, and many, luminaries within Rastafari have been honored at this event. But I hope Empress I-Chelle will share some images with me. I pray we get some exclusive today. You know what I mean? I'm praying. It might not happen, but I'm praying about it. I can pray.
okay.
All right. So yeah, man, tell us about the event.
Okay, the Dark Ethiophile Banquet and Rastafari Meritorious Awards. The Dark Ethiophile Banquet, if you talks in its concept was started many years ago, a couple of decades ago. Actually, it's actually started really in 1994. That was the first Ethiophile Banquet. That was the inception. That was the beginning. It did faded for a few years and came back again in the new millennium around 15. And from there, 2015, 16, 17, 18, and 19, the banquet's been around. And then we ceased for COVID, and we brought it back again this year for the first time. The Dark Banquet was formed to celebrate the coronation of His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I. So this year we celebrated the 95th anniversary of the Great Coronation. And that's the reason why we are there. And then while we're celebrating this glorious day, this glorious event for His Majesty, we are honoring those within the Rastafari community and the Pan-African community for their selfless public service, and who are upholding the standards and the morality of His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, living in the light, living in the do good, for the community and the African community at large.
Give us some of the past honorees so people can know the levels, because I don't want people to feel like this is a local Brooklyn vibration or it's just Bronx or come out. This thing is a global something.
Okay, you're gonna let me dig into my brain now. So, first and foremost, the Dark Ethiophile Banquet Rastafari Meritorious Awards is a 5-star, like a black tie affair. Okay, it is dressed to impress. It is high society, 3-course meal, full of African dancing, music, traditions, ceremonies, and different things to that nature. The Past awardees include, let's see, Akabeka, uh, Denroy Morgan, uh, who else?
Sizzla Kalanji.
Sizzla Kalungi, Alan Skill Cole,
Yeah.
Empress Esther from Montego Bay,
Nana Faraika.
of course. Let's keep on going. Sister, wow, Dean, Dr. Fraser, Dr. Pee Wee Fraser. We've host Bunny Whaler.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
who else? David Hines of Steel Pulse.
Yes, yes.
Skelly, Israel Vibrations, both Skelly and
And these people show up to the event too. This is not.
yeah, majority have shown up, and if they haven't shown up, they sent a video. So Sizzler sent in a video if you want to go there. Alan Scales Cole sent a video, but most ones do show up to the event or apologize before for unforeseen circumstances. We've hosted Yusuf Salam from Central Park 5. We've hosted John Carlos, on the podium with the fist up in the air for Black Revolution from the 1968 Olympics. So John Carlos, Bob Beeman. He's also an Olympic record holder for the long jump. He currently holds a long jump record for the Olympics. So Bob Beeman was also hosted. Muta Baruka has also been here. We've hosted Mama Yaya. Okay, has also come. Sister P from Fuisinting has been up here too. We've hosted Haile Selassie High School. So that's what these guidance counselor. Oh my gosh, her name
Dr.
is
Bryant.
Bryant. Miss Bryant
Yes,
has come up as well for her works within the community and connecting the community with Haile Selassie students there, and as well. So it's a host of different ones that we've hosted. It's been great. Dr. Akan as well. She received the Empress Menon Award, if I recall, for her work with the children in our homeschooling.
Yes.
And of course, this year we've had a host of different ones. So this year we hosted the EWF president, Cheryl Murray Powell, Esquire. Lovely President Cheryl Murray Powell, Esquire. She is such a lovely person. We hosted Dr. Yvette Morgan from the Morgan Heritage family for her work within the community for the children and raising money for the underprivileged. She's raised millions of dollars for the community. We also hosted Chin from Sound Chat Radio.
Brett Jenny went to Howard with I.
Okay,
Yeah,
Chin, Garfield born Chin. He actually Sound Chat Radio is reaching the community, spreading the Rastafari works, and
It's probably the biggest diaspora platform right now. You know what I mean? It's probably the biggest.
Well, I have to big him up, man. He's truly a humble man, and he's doing the works, and he's keeping the culture alive, and I love that. So, big up to Ras Chin. We also hosted this year was Ras Michael from Sons of Negus as well. Ras Michael Pioneer.
Jen.
Did you know Ras Michael was the first Rastafari to have a radio program in
morning
the
time
history of journalism?
Yes, morning.
He's the
time.
first Rastafari.
Yeah. Brother Jack, who was his Kete man, was one of our elders here in Washington, D.C. So we know Ras Michael very well here in the D.C. community.
So that was really, really great. And then Earl Chinna Smith was also this year for his works within the community and influence within, just paving ones for the young artists them and giving them some education within the musical, I say contingent realm, yeah. And then we posthumously we honored Thomas Sankara, Burkina Faso.
Okay.
And that was really great for the works, especially what's going on today in Burkina Faso with Torre.
Yes.
And the posthumous award was accepted by his brother Paul Sankara.
Oh wow!
So Paul Sankara attended the event, and it was quite lovely. And we did a nice interview with David Hines from Still Pulse, in which they had like a talk show about the world of Tom Sankara and what he was like personally, and the things that inspired him, and what the climate was like when during his time. So it was really, really, really intriguing to be there in the room with such, just listening to the greats just talk and watching Chinna run up on the stage and talk about his time in Zimbabwe and Paul Thomas Sankara. And it was just real. It was real visceral. It was real raw, and it was real. It was just live, and you just had to be there in that moment. It was real magical. So that was great. And then we, of course, we honored David Hines because it's 50 years.
Wow.
50s, his 50th anniversary in the reggae industry, 50 years of music, 50
Wow.
years of influencing the people, 50 years of revolution, 50 years of education, 50 years of Rastafari. So, and upholding the Rastafari liberty. So we had to honor Ras David Hines for his works in the music industry.
Wow, wow, wow. It sounds so powerful. Next year, make sure them get your tickets from early. How much
Next
was
year, you must
We
attend, man.
want
You have
to, we
never
want to
attended
hide
the
it
event,
next year.
Rasquate.
You see, she
Look,
have beat
may I
me up.
watch you.
She
May
have
I
beat
watch
me up.
you.
You see, she have
No,
beat me up.
may I watch you. You never come. You still know me long time, right? Okay.
Take some time, man. Take some time. All right, next year. Next year.
We look forward to that, man.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward.
We want, before you go to you go ahead, Sister Aisha. You want to seal up with the honorees?
Well, I just want to say we hosted at the Alhambra Ballroom this year, and that was important to us because it's a black venue and it's
Right.
run by a black family, Jamaican family, in Harlem, and so it was quite I was satisfying that we were able to find a black venue this year because within our community we don't have many venues that can host this type of event, and so
No.
we were diligently looking every year for something of a certain standard as well, and that can host us on a certain level, and so Alhambra was it. It's a landmark place where a lot of old time musicians used to sing and play at in Harlem. So it has like a Renaissance kind of vibe, in Harlem. Gorgeous place.
And it speaks to circulating the Rastafari, the Pan African dollar. So
Exactly.
DARC is exemplifying that in their choices, how they're conducting business. Ras Mystic, I was going black.
Yeah, a few things. Give thanks for the sound and the reasoning. Also, just a few more mentions on the honorees. Dr. Dean, ancient Naya Bingri, Sistrin, as I know. So you see, we honor ones who may be well known in the community and ones are globally and ones in the grassroots. So there's a broad scope of our people in which we reach out to all. We connect with all. And on the other end of the scope, we have Marcia Griffith with after I-Trees, Bob Marley and the Wailers, and the work she's done for the
Wonderful,
reggae.
wonderful queen. Wonderful queen.
Right, and due to the circumstances, as Sister I-Chelle mentioned before, she was unable to attend, but she did send a beautiful video, and with us rendition, as long as I
Yeah.
live, correct, that she performed for I and I.
Oh, wow.
It was really
And
nice.
yes, it was absolutely wonderful, and to see if you notice some of the names that Sister I-Chelle call, Akabeka, Pee Wee, Ras Pee Wee, Skelly, Bunny Wheeler,
Then
Alan
Lauren Morgan.
Cole. Then you see all these brethren have transitioned since,
Yeah,
and there's
man.
some more out there as well. And this is, you see what happens oftentimes, ones don't get their recognition or their flowers, if you will, until after they're no longer with us. So we are pleased and honored to know that we were able to recognize these ones before that,
And I and I,
and
and I know in the case of Chin, I know he was so honored to be honored by his own people. That was one of the
yes,
things he
Mhm.
commented on. I saw on his social media that it really touched his heart. All the awards he's ever gotten to be honored by
right,
Rastafari means so much. Because many of these ones have been honored on other platforms and in other settings, but to be honored at that level, in a ballroom, in a black tie, high end type of event where the thing nice and 3-course meal, and you feel like the thing is up and it's
yeah,
your
man.
people in control. I don't think we should minimize that because again,
It's the
it
standard is high.
represents excellence. It represents excellence. And what did His Majesty represent on the earth?
Excellence to the fullest.
Mhm.
You see?
And speaking of excellence, we cannot forget Brother Andre McDonald as another honoree who was played an incredible role of helping I to attain a large amount. Sister I-Chelle can give you certain details of sneakers, of footwear for once. Something as simple as shoes. You wouldn't believe, say, how much people don't have shoes and have all kind of bacteria and things, you know, because of that and diseases. So to attain countless amount of sneakers and shoes for once, from babies to, to adults. So we give thanks for that brethren as well, and we were able to honor him, in that
Yeah.
capacity.
That's Andre from It's From the Soul. He donates shoes. He's donated hundreds of thousands of shoes to the underprivileged in a variety of communities globally in Africa, Jamaica,
Right.
domestically here in the United States. So yeah, it was a great event. I mean, in terms of the ones that are actually doing the work within the community, the Pan African community, and we had ones attending the event from all over the world. We had people from Africa. We had ones from Tanzania, from Guinea, from just where was Burkina Faso, just ones that were in attendance there, along locally here, and then from Jamaica. So it was a great event, and I have to say, give thanks to our sponsors for the Dark Foundation, for the Ethiophile Banquet. Give thanks to Swag. Give thanks to Team First. It's From the Soul. These ones were pivotal in actually sponsoring the event, along with Vital Health Foods, Ras Mandy in Queens there. Vital Health Foods. If you need your herbs and everything else, you go right there in
Big up
Queens.
Rasta Monday, yeah.
With
Yeah.
30 years in the Rastafari community, if you need some bush, anything you need, just go see Ras Monday. Also, Bona Cafe in Brooklyn. Bona, a vegan Ethiopian restaurant. Vegan and traditional Ethiopian. I have to say, if you want traditional Ethiopian with traditional coffee, because they actually hosted our Ethiopian coffee ceremony, which was everyone was just the phenomenal taste of raw Ethiopian coffee done by Buna Cafe. So, Buna, big up yourselves for the works that you've done, and the tej as well that we had there for everyone to drink. We had tej on the table, coffee being passed around, African dancing going on, poetry going on. And I also played the flute because I'm a musician. So I
Yes.
opened with, of course, the Imperial Ethiopian anthem, the original Ethiopian
Okay.
anthem on
Okay.
flute.
All right. People have to know, so sister, she have talent too, Like many of us, she's multi talented, wear many hats or many head wraps, you know what I mean? So no, I'm gonna put it on the calendar. I have to come next year. You know what I mean? I've
Please
one
do.
or 10.
If you remember, it's a fundraiser, so so
How
everyone.
much are the tickets? Yeah, how much are the
The
tickets?
tickets average about $150 a ticket,
Okay.
and it's a
So
fundraiser.
it's not a pian something.
No,
150
it's a
US.
5-star. No tickets are sold at the door. You have to get your tickets in advance. You're
Yes.
hobnobbing with everyone. You can just everyone's approachable. Everyone's family there. I mean, so many people had access to David Hines, had access to Paul Sankara, to Chinna, to Mas Michael, even to Chin as well. It was really great, and Dr. Morgan. It was a really great event, in terms of just community and just people being approachable, and different things of that nature. Because you found that some of the awardees were also fans of, you know, the other awardees. I
Yes.
have to say, one of our pivotal moments I remember at our last event was Yusuf Salam, and David Hines was interviewing him, and he spoke about when he was locked up in jail because where he's part of the Central Park Five
Yes.
was
Yes.
one of them. And two things I remember what he said in the interview. The first thing is that he was not actually in the park when the incident occurred per se. He was at his friend's house with one of the boys, and he got a call and heard that his friend got locked up in jail for the incident, and he went down to the police station to get him out because knew he was innocent, and the police threw him in with the rest of them.
Wow.
So he got mixed up with them instantly. So he wasn't even in the park during the time it happened. He just went down to the police station to protect his friend, and and to speak up for his friend. And then they just threw him in with the rest of them. And then he went to jail for 20 years or whatever, whatever have you. And then the second thing is said when he was locked up in jail, one of the things that helped to see him through was one of Muta Baruka's poems.
Oh,
And Muta was in the audience, and he was like, wow, and he got to
yeah,
meet Muta. And he
yeah.
was expecting to meet Muta, and Muta was the man that helped him through his rough times in jail, while he was locked up. So it's just like, those type of moments, you're like, wow, it was visceral. It was not planned. It just happened to be so,
It's a
you know,
mystic.
you
It's
know,
a
even
mystic.
yeah, even this year hosting Ras Michael, and then we have Chinna. That wasn't intentional, but they're friends for 30, 40 years. And then you have Thomas Sankara with Chinna playing with Jimmy Cliff in Zimbabwe and meeting Thomas Sankara, and then talking about that all of that and everything else. And then you have David Hines relating to Sankaras as well because they know Thomas Sankara and talking to Paul. It's just everything was just full circle. Then these are Chin's people that he's looked up to, and he's so thankful to be in the room with these people, and he's being praised with these people as well. So he's being uplifted with them because he represents that as. So it was just
Yes,
really
yes,
beautiful. It
yes.
was really a beautiful
Mighty,
night.
beautiful works.
Forgive me, I'm doing a lot of talking, but
No, 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 no. That's why you're here. You're fitting the description of the work.
Mhm.
That's the energy when you talk about these events. You just you can't your belly can't full.
The young people would say you know the assignment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're doing what you're supposed to. Um, are we gonna be able to get some exclusive footage, Empress I-Chelle? Is it possible?
Is it possible? I need a couple of minutes, because I can show something. I just want it to be a little organized here, so
Okay,
in a
yeah.
couple of minutes. But
No problem, no problem, no problem. We have a question here. One of our Lion Pride asks, where and when? Where does it take place? We can't take for granted, everyone knows. And when does it usually take place? Ras Mystic, we could free up Empress I-Chelle.
Where did the banquet take place?
Yeah, and when does it usually take place?
So the banquet took place at Alhambra Ballroom. That is on 126th Street and Lenox Avenue in Harlem, New York.
Yes, okay, yes.
Right. That is where it took place this year, and it takes place around the time of the coronation. So you have November 2nd, which is the coronation, and oftentimes we don't do it on that date exactly. It's always on a Sunday. So whether a Sunday prior to or after, but after the coronation, because it's still in line with that coronation, because that event took. It wasn't just a one-day event. The coronation, the one day is what we see on the videos and things, but it was very extensive. It went on for days. If I'm correct, I think it was about a week or two that it went on. That those the celebration of the coronation and so forth. So, so this particular time it took place on the 9th, which was this past Sunday, the 9th of November. So in that time frame, for the listeners out there, you look out for that time frame, because on the 2nd also there's a lot of Rastafari events that take place, where there's Naya Bingi and gatherings and things of that nature. And oftentimes, we want to be able to attend those and give a strength to those too. So to have it on those same exact day, it can be conflicting. So we recognize that. So we try to, push it a little bit further out. Yes, sir.
So one can know you can buy your plane ticket. It's an event worthy of flying in for. Buy your ticket early when the tickets go on sale, and I would plug in and when the tickets go on sale, so I can make an announcement on this platform for once. Can
yes, sir.
Early.
This is a perfect time to segue into, we have our website, which is info@darkfoundation.org.
Yes.
And we now have a new platform for Rastafari. So, you have the Facebook and the Instagram and the X, and we now have Dark Social. So one can link into darksocial.com. It's the first exclusive platform strictly for Rastafari. Darksocial.com. Right. So this you can do, of course, again, the standard is high. We want, we bring in facts, we bring in truths, we bring in history and things that you might not hear in your regular everyday to day reasoning. So on these particular platforms, you will, as we move forward, you will have information about the next banquet a year from now.
Okay.
So, as far as ticket prices, venues, dates, and save the date and things of that nature, when the promotion starts, the I will, will be notified as well. We will be promoting it as soon as possible, and the works, has already begun. So, we're looking forward to that again. So
Yes.
remember to the listeners, darksocial.com,
Yeah, and
Rastafari.
we'll put a link in the description. So if you go to the description after
Yes.
this, because most people will watch this on the replay. So if you go down into the description, we'll have a link that you can just click. That will take you both to the website and to the dark socials. So I love it though. I love it. Always evolving. How large would you say is dark membership now? Do you know? Have an idea?
Dark membership is global. So to get an exact number is a but it's global. There's ones who even have not officially signed on, but they're members because they do the work for Dark Foundation. They're ambassadors. The membership is large. It's we have ones on the continent, of course, ones in Jamaica and in the Caribbean islands surrounding, and of course in the United States, South America. So it is a global. I will say I cannot give an exact number as right now, but
Yeah.
it is plenty. It is plenty. We have plenty of representations out there.
And how does one become a member of Dark, and what are some of the criteria?
Yes, of course, Dark Foundation is a Rastafari organization. Of course, we must honor the divinity of His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie first and foremost, and come with that moral ethic as well. There are paperwork that you can do, whether online or via mail, where you fill out officially, with of course, your regular information, name and so forth, address and contact, and you know, uh, your skills of that nature and things of that nature that you can do, and and you submit it, and it will be checked and vetted, and and then sent for approval, right? And you come in with that understanding that there's a work to be done, and
Yes.
this is one of the greatest platforms in carrying out that work.
I agree. Is there a membership dues, and is it
Yes,
annual or is it a lifetime?
we have an annual membership dues. You can pay that straight into the treasury, as the IMAN is a representation of the financial department. So if you contact Dark, and then you can, link into for Ras Mystic from the financial department, and I will assist anyone that is interested in paying those dues towards a membership. We have, you know, our philanthropic aspect. Of course, we do events like such as the banquet, which is a philanthropic effort, which raise uh, money for different purposes. For example, this particular banquet is for proceeds go to the Haile Selassie Roots and Truths Education Fund. And speaking of education again, so we have that effort as well. So
That's to assist.
anyone,
That's to assist with the roof at Haile Selassie High School.
roots and
Oh, truth.
truth,
Oh, roots and
roots
truth.
and truth.
Okay.
Give thanks. Roots and Truth Education Fund.
Okay. Give thanks. Give thanks. And are you comfortable to say what the dues are, just to give an idea?
What the dues are?
Yeah. What the monthly
The,
dues?
the monthly
Or
dues is
annual?
$10 monthly.
Okay. Okay. So
ten
about
dollars monthly.
120 per year.
120 a year. You pay that, yeah.
So
Right.
so very reasonable. Very
Very,
reasonable.
very, very reasonable. It is we make it so that it's not really about the money. It's about the work. And
Yes.
yes, we need
About
the
the
strength
work.
and the financial income and strength to really do the work that we have to do. So we find different avenues and outlets to attain that. So Yeah, but the become a membership, it is an honor to be a member. You know, when me personally, that was going to a banquet and hoping just to, sit in and maybe meet Bonnie Whaler and some other ones. And, I see Sister I-Chelle there working hard. I see Dr. B working hard. I see, some other ones there working hard, that I didn't know. I didn't even know them at the time.
Yes, yes.
And then I said, this is something that, I said, when you're searching and you said, this is something for
Give thanks.
and, so this is how my personal membership came about.
Give thanks. And now you're on Lion Talk Live.
Lion Talk, you see?
Express yourself. And I hope they subscribe to the platform, because
Yeah, well, it's a long time I listened to the I, because the I did have was been on for a while, but I never knew TV
yes,
and
yes,
so forth. So, we know, say, and the I has been on our program as well. So we
yes,
give thanks
yes.
for coming full circle.
Yeah, man. I was interviewed by Jabi on his platform and things. So it's a family. And one of the things that we push in here is the Inity, and
Right.
Putting aside the petty differences, if Hurricane Melissa doesn't show us how important Inity is, I don't know what to tell anybody right now, because we need each other and we have to believe in each other and know each other, and invest in each other, So to spend that money to become a member, we have to get out this thing where we want everything from ourselves for free.
Yes.
This is one of the cancer where we have, and we pay for Netflix, we would pay for the flat screen TV, we would pay for every other something.
Well,
But
you
then
see,
when it come time to invest in a Rastafari something, then we want it free. And then
yes.
a man I ask you for your money, I said, the man greedy. But how does people, the workers, supposed to sustain themselves? You want everybody volunteer forever? No, we need to pay people budget and staff for the two words where I'm on a really push for the
Right,
Rastafari community. But there I was going to say something.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. When we need that strength because we're consumers and our dollars don't even circulate for half a day before we send it back out to so we need that INT, to say we in Dark Foundation, we have a thing where we say your first dollar you spend every day, you spend it with a black business.
Okay.
Because there's so many other ones that it's easy just we spend with and we don't even think about it because of convenience and many different reasons, availability. But we recognize and identify those businesses that we want them to stay in our communities. So it is essential. Financial education is a very essential thing for I and I. It's financial trust in each other, to work together, for a greater good is what I and I is about.
No, it's serious. So, and I'm praying that Dark will be a regular feature on this platform. Any events that the item doing, any fundraising, I'm gonna become a member. I can't tell Jabi that I beat me up because I tell him that for about a decade, but I will become a member. December or January, one of them months, then I'm gonna become an official member of Dark because again, I'm inspired by the works and the consistency because again, it's been over a decade of consistent work that has been put forward. I just joined the EWF this year for the first time. I've been saying I was going to be a part of EWF for decades too. So I have a track record. I will carry through my word in the right time. But I'm encouraging all of the workers in Rastafari to become a member so that we can even multiply the works of Dark, Okay, you ready to talk about the almanac?
Yes. Before Sister I-Chelle come in with the,
yes,
with the pictures and videos. This is a
Yes.
very, very important part of this reasoning here. This Rastafari Almanac, the first, see, the first Rastafari Almanac. So this is exclusive. So uh, we, we were able to have some at the banquet. You know, these were premiered at the banquet. And what this almanac is, when we spoke about earlier, when it's truths, facts, historical facts, this is what this almanac represents. Our story, our truth, because everyone else writes it for I and I. Everyone else writes it for I and I. You see, and then you go on these videos and with the way the internet is nowadays and Google and all these things, and you look and you take it. And if you're one that is searching, you take it without further research, and that is what you hold on to until you come across the truth. And it happens. It happens to all of we know certain things, and then you find the truth, the facts. And then it's our duty now to say this is the correct way. So this almanac represents that. If I can just, highlight a few things on this almanac when it comes to Africa, right? You see the back of this, it shows how big Africa is if the audience can see it.
Yes.
China fits inside Africa, India, Eastern Europe, the United States, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, the Netherlands, Belgium, and more. So when you see the map, you know that this is the reality of what we're dealing with, how big the continent is and the resources that's there, right? Yes, I know Sister I-Chelle want to step in and say something.
Yes. Dark Foundation has published the first Rastafari Almanac and Book of Facts.
Historic.
Basically.
Historic.
It's historic. It's historic within the Rastafari community. It's a guidance. It's a foundation to Rastafari. Learning and understanding what's in this book is your foundation. It's the beginning. Besides for reading the biography of His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, which is also another book that's imperative to your Rastafari liberty. Ras Kwasi, I know that you used to do the book club and used to read the
selected speeches. We still have the study group this Saturday. Yeah, this Saturday I'll be posting the link for the Lion Pride. But yeah, man, continue.
Yeah, man. So yeah, but the Rastafari Almanac and Book of Facts published by the Dark Foundation is a foundational book for Rastafari. I think every person within the Rastafari community should have one because it will clear up information. It's a book of facts, clear up myths. It teaches you about when to plant, when to harvest, when to pick certain herbs. It speaks about just Black liberation, Black independence. It speaks about the history of holidays, Rastafari holidays. It speaks about variety of different facts for His Majesty that ones did not know. It kind of consolidates some of the information. So it is a foundational book within Rastafari, and it's the first of its kind. And please, you can go to Dark Social, DARC social.com to pick up one.
And I hear the first thing sell off. Me hear that the first pressing
sold out completely at the event before the event finished, and so we have to publish another put in another order. But regardless of that, put your pre-orders in now. It will definitely come. It is it goes on the bookshelf. It's one of those you show the children. You can teach from this. You can Black history. It's not just Rastafari. It's Pan-African. It's Black. You need to know what's in this book. It's a survival guide as well. It's so many different things to people that it's essential. It's an essential book in your library.
Can you just give an idea for those who are not familiar what is an almanac, because they're not so common anymore especially for our younger viewers. What is an almanac?
Okay, let me Google what an almanac. Google that. Okay, an almanac. An almanac is, again, it's a book of facts. It's a book that tells you, what do you want to say? It's a listing set for like current information about Rastafari. It can be on a multiple of subjects, like I was just saying. It could be on the weather. It can be on farming. It can be on plants. It can be on, you can have tables in there. It can have historical facts. But this is Black, or I should say, African centric. Pan-African centric. So it's going to be something. It's going to be something pertaining to Rastafari. So foundational information about His Majesty, selected species on His Majesty, historical facts on His Majesty, historical facts on Africa, the OAU. You know, the just the League of Nations. You have, like, again, you have plants. You have the different herbs that are inside there. The different. The all the African countries when they got their independence, you know, who they are, the Ethiopian holidays, or I should say the Rastafari holidays that need to be celebrated within the Rastafari community, that ones need clarity on, because we only know about certain ones, but there are other holidays that need to be acknowledged, that we need to uphold and make sure we carry forward within this iration. All of that is inside of there and then some. So, you know, it talks about, I know Mystic, you know, he mentioned the other day on our call, there's the history on Black Friday. You know, Black Friday is coming up. What is Black
Yes.
Friday in that history? This book will tell you the history of that, the history of, you know, did Marcus Garvey say, look to the east, coming of a black king? No, it was James Morris Webb, and he said it
Yes.
at a UNIA conference. But
Yes.
but Marcus Garvey is noted
1919.
for that.
Yes. Yes.
You see those little tidbits, those little things that are straightening us out and making sure that we are growing on a solid foundation. Because remember, Rastafari is 95 years old. 95 years since His Majesty's coronation. It's a young liberty still shaping itself, regardless of that. And Dark Foundation is here to guide and make sure that standard and morality is upheld, and not really loosey goosey, as you were saying earlier. Because
Yes.
that's been happening. A lot of undiscipline and entitlement
Yes.
that's been happening within the Rastafari community. Dark has been founded to make sure we uphold the tenets of Rastafari to its utmost. If you do, it's the do good movement. Do good, do good, do good. I cannot explain that anymore.
Yes. The order. I love it. I love it. So serious. Let me check some comments and then we'll return. If you have any questions tonight, we have the Dark Foundation here on Lion Talk Live. If you have any questions, please submit your questions in the comment section. Also, let us know where you're watching from. If you're watching live, let us know. Lion Pride, check in. Let me hear the item. Let me feel some of the love.
Can I just do a quick
Yes.
mention that I forgot to mention earlier regarding Martyrs Day, which is extremely important?
Yes.
One of our trides for Martyrs Day was to the peacemakers in Clarendon over there. And is it Green Bay? Yeah, the peacemakers in Clarendon, and Reverend Claudius Henry. Reverend Claudius Henry, I don't, ones within Jamaica should really know about this man.
Yes.
He is a reverend that turned to Rastafari and left his reverendship to turn towards
Yes.
Rastafari.
Yes. We
And
had Bongo James from Peacemaker on last strong, so it's funny that you're saying this because he gave us the history of the Reverend Claudius Henry last strong. But continue.
yeah, but it's extremely important that ones remember this, because you know Dark Foundation was pivotal in bringing Reverend Claudius Henry back to light in this century. Because ones, you know, we have to connect our past, right? We held our solidarity accord, our global solidarity accord at the Peacemakers, the Great House at Peacemakers, in a few years ago, where we united Rastafari globally within Japan,
Yes.
South America, Europe, the United States, and Jamaica. You know, in a global solidarity accord for, you know, upholding a certain level of morality within Rastafari. But regardless of that, Claudius Henry was the first, and I want to say the only person. I think I believe his son was tried for treason, and he was killed by the government for treason, and you know, conspiring against the government. And that's extremely important. This is a bald head brethren that turned to Rastafari, was self-sustainable, you know, and saw the mishappenings within the government, and the government actually executed his son and tortured the family. I mean, his wife was found battered on the road and raped. She was walking home from the store, and she disappeared, and they found her on the side of the road. And I mean, and this place, this compound is Rastafari. It's black. It had a bread. It was
Bakery,
bread
yes.
factory.
The best bread in Jamaica. They said it had the
You know,
best bread in Jamaica.
That's what I'm saying. It was vibrant. It was lucrative. You can see the ovens that are there, and I don't think how important this landmark is within Rastafari, and it still stands today. Mama B over there, Mama B, 60 years of Trident Rasta, 64 years of Trident Rastafari. She's still there upholding the tenets of Rastafari there. You cannot deny that. Between her and Jesus as well, they are both just holding it down over there. And yeah, Claudius Henry. And his mausoleum is there. You should pay a visit there if one can go to Jamaica. That is definitely a place that you should go check because and pay homage to this brethren because they used to support the children in the community. All the children used to come in. They used to teach them, educate them, and then they used to work in the space too. So their work, help with the bread and whatever else and farming and the food, and they used to educate them. So Miss Henry created a system for these uneducated or these youths that didn't have any home to go to, these ones that were thrown away. And so it was like an orphanage. It was like a second family. So a lot of things, she was doing things for the community, and for her to just, pass that way was really devastating and heartbreaking to learn. So we paid homage to them on Martyrs Day for their works within the Rastafari community. You can't forget the peacemakers. You cannot forget them at all.
And that's why when people say you don't have to be dread to be a Rasta, is that true? Because so many the pioneers didn't have locks, Did the item know about Grover Redding, who was the first martyr in America in 1919, was hung in Chicago. Started a revelation. I mean, a riot and a rebellion in the name of the regent and heir to the throne, Ras Tafari. The first martyr on record in the West. So there's so much history that we have to highlight, and I give thanks that DARC is leading the way with the almanac. How much is the almanac?
This copy right here is $50 for the book. $50.
Okay. That looks like a hardcover too. Is it a hardcover?
No, it's not a hardcover. Hardcover would be more actually.
Okay.
We're going to be printing hardcovers, but this, like I said, this is the first installment.
Okay.
But it's a durable front. It's not soft. It's like a really heavy compound.
Yeah, man.
It's really and glossy, as you can see.
Yes.
It's gorgeous. You see the His Majesty in the center with the fire, and then you have the equinox as well with the different representing the different seasons and on the earth and reflection. So
I give the website again where you can take the pre-orders.
DARCsocial.com. DARC social.com.
No space between dark and social?
Nope, just DARC Social.
Okay.
DARC Social. Send I a message, if you don't,
because we're gonna, as I said, we'll put them in the description of this video so the people who watch on the replay can just click and have all of those information.
They say from the dark must come the light.
We love that. So powerful.
I do have a few images if you want me to show you some images while we
Yes, can you share your screen?
Okay.
Well, before you do that, let me read a couple of comments because we have to get the Lion Pride involved because them are gonna cost me. Sister Mabel, big up yourself. She said, Rastafari, greetings to the Lion's voice, kings and queens, prince and princesses, blessings, lovings, health, strength, unity, and eternal life. And Sister Mabel is representing our Grenada family. Blessings to Grenada. Bongo Wisely, St. Lucia checking in, Ayanola, Grand Rising family, Ayanola in the house. We have Grenada, St. Lucia checking in. Ras Roots, Blessed Love, Lion Pride, give thanks for another Lion Talk Live. That's Kentucky, checking in the state of Kentucky. These are all regulars. Just Servant, greetings Rasta Jamaica family, check in, big up yourself, Just Servant. Welcome DARC Foundation. Bongo Wiser greet. Okay, you're buffering, yeah, right. DARC Foundation is doing big things. Love to Empress I-Chelle and
big up Dr. Morgan.
Dr. Morgan.
Maximum respect.
Welcome to the Lion Voice Network. Hail up to ones and ones. Who's that user? All right, we'll just leave it right there. So blessed love and welcome DARC. $5 super chat. Grassroots, me have a big day up because you put your
Nice.
money where
Thanks.
your mouth is. Every live Grassroots are gonna drop a $2, $5, $10, $20, something. So
As
big
we
up
say, every mickle make a muckle, man.
every make a muckle. If you want to do a super chat, there's a dollar sign above the comment section. We would take a $5, a $10, or 20. If you have $10,000 and you're a millionaire and you want to drop a 10,000 tonight, we take it though. We love that too. Big up yourself, Dr. Morgan. Okay, we said that already. Yes, sign on wonders. Big up yourself. Um, Jazz Vlogs, okay, symbol and sign. Them said them go bomb JA if Chorroy visit yard. Wow, that a go on for real. If Ibrahim Chorroy ever visit Jamaica, Jamaica black. Me I tell you that as a fact, the whole place black. Me I tell you that, not now move. Me I tell you that is like His Majesty I come visit. If Chorroy touch down, it would be something. Dark, yes, Ras Roots. I want a copy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man, you're gonna get a copy. We're gonna have the link. Hail up from Atlanta, Kings and Queens. Big up all the ATL family.
Yeah.
We love our Atlanta family. Wow, book of facts.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
Things
Dark
are
pick up
done.
some fans. Facts over fiction every time. Give thanks, Dark, for Rastafari Almanac with the $2 super chat. Big up yourself, Ras Roots. You are the greatest. Sister Cheryl.
Cheryl.
Yes.
President Cheryl Murray Powell.
President.
You have President, Madam President,
Esquire.
Esquire, excellent.
Maximum respect.
Maximum respect.
Yes.
No Lucy Goosey. I know it.
No Lucy. And we spent some lovely time, I and Sister Cheryl in Ghana, experiencing heaven on earth. So she know the Lucy Goosey. We had enough reasoning about the anti-Lucy Goosey stance we're taking. Honor, Rastafari, order. Yeah, man, every time Dr. Morgan say, excellence, Dr. Morgan is impressed. Sell off. She said, gone. You can't get my almanac right now. You have to wait till that print again. Because
That was a hot item. That was important for us to complete by the time the banquet, for the banquet itself. We had to publish it. It's been a few years in the making, and so because it's the 95th anniversary and it's the centennial edition, we needed to get this done. So give thanks again for the Dark Foundation, Dr. B for the works as well behind the scenes to pushing it along, for making this happen again. This is you know how it is. This is historical.
I love it. I mean, as an author myself, one of the hardest things is to publish a book. Anybody who's published a book knows one of the hardest things to do is to publish a book. So it's a major achievement, and the fact that it's sold off is a proof of concept, that these things can work. So, and it's all about us creating our own Rastafari ecosystem and investing in ourselves and having that faith in ourselves that we are worthy to tell our own story and to have our own things, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I really support that. Any info on Grover Redding, Star of Ethiopia, or George Steer in the book dealing with I Majesty. No information on Grover Redding, but we probably can share some resources. We did an episode about the early Rastafarites in America with the Honorable, the Ella name of slipper, EWF, Ronald Pennycook. So if you look at that episode, we went straight into the history of Chicago, His Majesty sending out the emissaries in 1919, 4 emissaries that visited America, the storm, the riots in Chicago. A lot of people don't know the impact Ethiopia had in that early period before the Harlem Renaissance, you know what I mean? So we went deep into that history on that episode. So you can look for the episode with Ronald Pennycook. We went through that history of Grover Redding and Webb and all of those early ones in America who were hailing His Majesty as the universal king, Excellence on screen. Okay, we did that. Okay. Let me go down here. So, um, let me go down here. So, hold on there. Definitely look forward to purchasing the book. So you have some.
Yeah.
That makes my
Yeah.
heart sing. When I bring guests and I see the Lion Pride respond, but purchases, that is what I want to see. I want to see 50,000 people buy the almanac. That is what I want to see. You know what I mean? We want to capitalize these things. Okay, we already answered that question. Um, IML Productions Dark does great work for the
Ah,
Haile Selassie School in
yeah.
Jamaica. Yeah, and we're going to talk about the Africa works too, because I'm not as familiar with the Africa works. I know the Jamaica works, but definitely want to get the
So
Africa works.
that's
Big up.
where I was going. I think we have like 10 minutes left, right, or so.
You
And
see, you see, you're telling me about 2 hours. 2 hours. I
I was
told
like,
him to fly like a bird. I'm telling you, we'll do a little overtime if you
okay.
allow us. We can do a little
No,
overtime.
the information can't done, man. It's so
And I
much
tell you,
information.
I was
Yeah.
telling my sister said the 2 hours I go fly like bird, but you see it. Amazing live stream, jazz vlogs. Big up yourself, give thanks. John lives in all I and I his children love never stop. Loving love, of course. Sherma Powell with the $10 attribution. Yes, Sister Cheryl, make them know. My sister that my president that can't wait till the Rastafari Almanac is forward in stock. Happy International Men's Day to the Lions. Yes, give thanks. For the love. We keep a very loving environment over here. Just positivity, and we now are gonna show some exclusive. You can't get this nowhere else, my people. I tell you, can you share your screen? You see the button to share screen?
Mm-hmm.
All right, share the screen and then I'll enable it when I see it.
Wait, hold on.
Exclusive! Text your friend and tell them you want to see this live. You don't want to get this on a replay.
All right. Wait. You said wait, shadow. WhatsApp, Chrome window.
All right.
There it goes. Okay.
While she gets that, okay, I see something pop up there.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah, man. So this is the 2025 Ethiophile Banquet and Rastafari Meritorious Awards. We led the honorees with some African dancing into the room. So you see,
Okay.
Cheryl. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Keep
You
talking.
good.
You can see President Cheryl Murray Powell Esquire dancing with some of the dancers. Earl
She
Chinna
dance, you
Smith.
get her to dance.
Yeah, man. Everybody's dancing to the
This is
rules.
real exclusive. Hold on then.
Earl Chinna Smith dancing as well in the background here in the front with the dancers, honoring them and different things. Dr. Morgan as well.
Can you click on the slides or put it in slideshow mode so we can?
Let me see. Is it slideshow? Is it not changing?
No,
No,
it's not
no,
changed.
it's just the dark symbol there.
Oh.
Put it in slideshow mode and see if that.
Oh. Okay, 1 second.
And they say for the ones who wonder the name Ethiophile, that is a love, one who love Ethiopia.
Okay.
Ethiophile. Just so you hear that, you might not hear that term. Like the word file is a lover of. So it's Ethiophile, a lover of Ethiopia. Banquet.
Ethiophile, yes.
Yes.
Bibliophile, yes.
Right.
Ethiophile, yes.
How come it's not? I don't know why it's not playing.
Share it again. It's not shared. Share it again.
Okay. Share screen.
All right. We're working on it, family. Don't worry yourself. We gonna have the
Share the
exclusive.
entire screen. How about that? I'm gonna do it this way, and then I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna do it this way.
All right.
You see that now?
Yes.
It's changing now.
Yes.
Okay. So yes. So there we have President Cheryl Murray Powell,
Yes.
Esquire, And then Earl Chinna Smith dancing as well with the African dancers who we led into the room.
Wow.
Along with other honorees, and we paid libations. You have Dr. Morgan as well, dancing and enjoying themselves. Then myself playing the Imperial Ethiopian anthem to
Oh,
open up.
hold on, put it back. Make we see the gold suit. Make we see the gold suit. How are you say, man? Gold. All right.
And then you have Ras Mystic who welcomed the participants and spoke about the dark found.
Stepping razor. Eh? Stepping razor, Ras Mystic. Eh?
Ras Tafari, yes, I.
Ras Abasi did the Lord's Prayer, and everyone, we have to have the youth represent there as well.
Lord of Lords.
The Lord's Prayer, His Majesty's mantra. So that was pretty powerful and pivotal, especially coming from the youth. Then we have Ras Adagon, poetry, explosive poetry, worked the room. It was quite riveting.
Okay.
Ethiopian coffee ceremony, sponsored by Buna Cafe again. We have Sister Khadija there. Authentic, original Ethiopian coffee. It was a hit. I mean, it was delicious. It was quite spectacular. Then we have Dr. B hosting, welcoming, keynote speaker at the event, in a blue suit. Gave a riveting speech on Dark Foundation and African Renaissance.
I'm working on getting Dr. B on the platform. I work hard. I can't give you no guarantee, but we are work.
Then we have President Cheryl Marie Powell. She is accepting her award. Ras Mikey Dunn actually presented to her from the 12th tribe in EWF. So he presented to her. And then you have, of course, the images that we take afterwards, and her and Cheryl Morrow accepting her speech. Then we have Ras Chin. Ras I-Chelle presented to Ras Chin for his award in communications as well. Then we have each honoree received a tapestry like this of self-portrait, just so you're aware, which was actually created in Ghana. It's a thread. It's a thread tapestry.
Is that the Ras from the market who did that?
No, it's a thread tapestry from Ghana, Africa.
Okay.
And each honoree is part of their package along with their award itself. They get a tapestry, so it's like threads to thread.
I'm so happy for my Bridget Chin. You know what I mean? It deserve and do so much work behind the scenes.
Yes. And so there's Dr. Morgan, Dr. Yvette Morgan accepting her award with Dr. B and Ras Mystic.
And just give us, who is Dr. Morgan for those who don't know, since she's here with us in the comment section.
Dr. Yvette Morgan is one of the daughters of the Morgan heritage family.
Okay.
So those are her siblings, the Morgan heritage group. But Dr. Morgan is quite pivotal and in the educational realm. She has raised millions of dollars for the underprivileged youth, and she's constantly giving back to the community. And she's like an unsung hero, paving the way for the youths and making sure that they have access to technology, to just the resources to make them better people within the community. So, and she's helped thousands of children. She's one of those.
It sounds like we need her on this platform, so I'll reason with we need to hear her story. Look at that.
Yeah, man, she's a great individual and a lovely person. So, yeah, it's character as well. And then we have I presented to Earl Chinna Smith his award for his works within the community as well, and in the music fraternity. And that's his tapestry. Again, it is a threaded tapestry.
Wow.
Done
Excellence. We see, and look at the decor behind with the red, gold, and green, and you get up and you get your I-Chelle with your I-Chelle. You know what I mean? With your award, the thing is excellent.
So this is Don Green. Don Green started Reggae Sunsplash. He is also one of our past awardees, and so he presented to Ras Michael. Ras Michael. So, original pioneer, founder of Reggae Sunsplash, presented to Ras Michael, Sons of Negus. His award for his work within Rastafari and the music world. Here we have Ras David Hines, uh, Paul Sankara, so Thomas Sankara's brother, and Earl Chinna Smith at the event. They're very excited to see each other. They got Ras Chin there with Chinna Smith, Chin and Chinna.
Yes,
And you see the room. The room is like a ballroom. If you can take a look at what's happening, it's a black tie there.
Top of top.
Yeah. Everyone's dressed to impress. There we go again. There's Ras Michael with his daughter Princess. There's Ras Michael's tapestry, along with myself and Don Green from Reggae Sunsplash, founder of Reggae Sunsplash, in front of the Step and Repeat. Now, this is Ras Mia from DARC Tanzania. He is our chairman out of Tanzania. He's leading our effort in Tanzania and East Africa. So, we had a portion on our work in Tanzania there as well, which I will speak on after this slideshow.
Okay.
And then this is the Q&A that we did with David Hines and Paul Sankara with a extreme presentation, but nevertheless, this is them doing the interview, which was quite riveting again, like as I said, and this Chinna jumping on the stage and having his visceral, spontaneous moment and talking about experiences with Thomas Sankara, with Paul and David. So. And then thereafter, we presented Paul Sankara with an award for a posthumous honors award for his brother, and that's his tapestry as well. So that's Thomas Sankara's tapestry, along with his brothers. Brother holding the award with our DARC chairman, Dr. B, and Ras Mystic, our financial minister.
Ras Mystic, me never see the gold on the arm there.
Yeah, man, we have to free up,
Hold on, there.
Yeah, man, the excellence in the room. The excellence in the room. It wasn't just a simple thing. This just represents what Rastafari is the standard that we have to set for ourselves.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
It's inspiring. Continue.
Yes, and then this is Ras David Hines accepting his award for 50 years of celebrating music, Rastafari reggae, and roots music, conscious reggae music. Celebrating. We were just celebrating that moment. And that's basically it. I'm going backwards. I was going in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, and Dr. B presented this to him. So that's Ras David Hines with his award in front of the Step and Repeat, and Paul Sankara with his award there for the work within Rastafari. But yeah.
Yeah, man. As someone who has done event planning, it just looked very crisp and everything just looked right, and I want to commend the eye for the slideshow that was done so quick. That you need an award next year. I'm gonna campaign for the eye, get an award. Because
it's multitasking. We women do that, women.
Yes, that looked like it put on for a couple months and prepare, and that was done on the fly. So exclusive.
Just have to be ready. You have to be ready, Stay ready, so you have to get ready.
Wow. One more thing I wanted to mention is that DARC is a not-for-profit organization, a 501c3. Yes. We are registered legally in the United States, Jamaica, and Tanzania. We are a legally registered entity, not-for-profit, in all three countries, and that's what we do, and that's where our works are, continue to grow. At the Ethiophile Banquet, we launched to the public our DARC Tanzania effort, in which we had the opportunity to go there and provide holistic health services for ones in the community, from needing a kidney transplant, so it's kidney failure. We helped someone with kidney failure. We also helped another young man. That was Buka Buka. I call him Buka Buka. But he hadn't urinated in 5 days, and he was on dialysis and scheduled to get a transplant. And I was able to go in with the assistance of Dr. B and Ras Mia, our chairman and DARC Tanzania, and be able to help him holistically and get him urinating again within 24 hours.
Wow.
And so he has not, this was done a couple months ago. He has not received his transplant that was scheduled, within the next 30 days. He is still on dialysis, but his treatment has is not as frequent, because his kidneys are starting to function again, and so we continue to serve him and to help him get it back on track and to re-educate his kidney. You see, a lot of ones think they have to get that transplant, but we use something that was in your kitchen, to actually help him to get to urinate again. You
Wow.
know, while I was there, I also learned of a young man, mid 30s. He has an open wound on his ankle for about 10 years, and it wouldn't heal to the point that it's poisoning his blood, and he was
Yes.
dying. And the doctors there said there's no need to get any more medication for him because it's not going to work. So just wait for him to die in the next 30 days. They gave him like 2 weeks to live. So from there, I rushed up to Mwanza from Dar es Salaam. Mwanza from Dar es Salaam is about 16 hours in driving. And so when I got up there, I, you know, we took a look at this young man. I had some wound medication that I brought from the United States, courtesy of Cinco Bible,
Yes.
Dr. B of Cinco Bible production. But anyway, we brought this wound medication. I brought saline. I brought a whole bunch of different things to help this brother. And we went there and we performed. We performed like a hot and cold treatment. We dug out the wound. We went to the hospital, cleaned it out. Got it done. He is still alive today. They gave him 2 weeks to live. This was in September. He is still alive today, and he's feeling so much better. We use something externally and internally, holistically, to help him. And and he's getting circulation back in his foot, and he's getting color because you can see the gangrene settling in.
Yes. Yes.
It was like I'm so thankful because I can see his energy. He was so low when I saw him. He was sick. He didn't feel well, and now he's more vibrant. And he's like, "Hey, I'm still around." His family was so sad because they were just sitting around waiting for the mom was waiting for her son to die. There's nothing they can do. They're just praying for him, praying, 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 and then Dark Foundation was able to provide some light, provide some hope, and then shoes. We've donated countless shoes to the children out there
Right.
at the hospitals, along at the different compounds where they're underprivileged. So we showed videos of all this at the banquet, so people
Okay.
can see and feel it viscerally
Nice.
about what's happening there. And then we also related with the creative community there. We had artwork there at the event. We had creative works like bags and fabrics as well available, for donation for you to purchase for the foundation to help raise money. So it was an exclusive event that you had to be there to get exclusive products, you know, that are one of a kind that are not here in the Western region.
I
You
love
know,
it.
so
I love it.
yeah, and so look for it. More of it will be on Dark Social. We're gonna get it up there, but look out for more coming from Dark, exclusive Black Rastafari, products and creative services.
Man, that is so inspiring. Ras Mystic, you want to add anything about the Africa work?
Yeah, the Africa works is important. One of Rastafari's mission is forward to Africa. So uh, the work and the connection is a foundation set by the Dark Foundation to execute that mission. So it's physically, spiritually, and mentally, right? Forward to Africa. So the work that is and will be done in Africa, in Tanzania, will help a lot of people. We have things that going on that's it's going to when it comes to health, when it comes to nutrition, that you can sustain yourself, which also will lead to monetary growth for people who are in need. Those works are being going on as we speak right now. So there's a lot of work to do, and again, it's up to us to build it and set the foundation. The foundation of Rastafari has been set. It's up for us to uphold it to a standard where our people and the generations to come will have something for themselves, right? We'll have our own outlets, be self-reliant and things of that nature.
And this is Dark Part 1. I want to just let the people know, because we didn't talk about Yoshima Bet, the work that the item did with Yoshima Bet Foundation in Jamaica. We don't talk about Woolipa work that Dark has been doing. So I want this to be Part 1. But yeah, I was going to say something, Sister Aisha.
Yes, I was. I just wanted to mention in our Africa effort,
Yes.
everything is full circle. I had also had the opportunity to visit the Haile Selassie School in Zanzibar
Okay.
well, which
I
was
didn't know
also
there was a Haile Selassie school.
which was also gifted by His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I.
Wow.
And we were able to, the Dark Foundation was able to donate computers to the school. The school is
Wow.
quite lucrative and it's supported. They have Braille. It's inclusive. You would say they have Braille. They have hearing impaired. They have top students in chemistry. It was a visceral school that was thriving. You know, I mean, because we also support the Haile Selassie School in Jamaica, so we made an effort to make sure we are supporting the Haile Selassie School in Zanzibar as well. So
Right.
it was really quite riveting to see that, And I mean, the building that they're in now is a new building compared to what was given many years ago because they outgrew the space, and so they needed a bigger space, so they moved it to another place. It's interesting because mystically I was able to find the original building off of energy and vibration. It's just interesting. I want to say, like, the night before, I was at the Stone Wall, which is at the pier, and there was a saxophone player playing in this restaurant. It was resonating through the streets, cobblestone,
Yeah.
mid-light, dim lights, African leaves. It was
Yeah.
just resonating, and I was like, and it just caught my attention and awe. And I went there, and I went upstairs, and I sat and I watched this African youth do this, just him by himself with some beat behind him. It was riveting. So then when I went to the
You
house,
never pull out the flute. You never have the flute.
no, I didn't, because I was walking. Walking. It was a Sunday night, like
Yes.
market. It was Sunday night market on at the pier, and then when I went to the Haile Selassie school, I asked where was the old school. That building, that restaurant was the original school Haile Selassie donated. So it was just a vibration.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, this is the building. Oh wow, I was just here last night inside the building myself. So that was really riveting to be a part of. And then also in Tanzania, one of our past awardees posthumously, Ras Daniel Artman, which we had Otto come collect the award. I had the opportunity in Tanzania to visit the resting place of Ras Daniel Artman in Arusha, and it was quite. I have to say, I was humbled. Here's a pyramid headstone. It is artistic, and I was so thankful to be able to bring that full circle and say thank you personally to him, along with Raspopi and Mikaluli. But we can get into that another time.
And big up Ras Atom Bridging too.
Yes.
Doing great work. We're gonna try and get him on here at some point. But yeah, man, it's so powerful. The works. This is part one, as you see.
You're going to need a mini series. You're going to need
Yeah,
to get.
no, we're going to need a regular input from Dark Foundation, and that's why I built this platform, because we want to fight the narrative that Rastafari not doing anything.
Right.
This false narrative that's out there. That wasn't my experience, so I wanted to build a platform that reflected my experience, because I only know people who are doing work and powerful work, and excellence. This excellence, we didn't get a chance to get into that reasoning about excellence, but you have demonstrated the excellence in all of the works and all of the activities, the pictures that were exclusive. No other platform never get that slideshow there. They might get it after, but we get it first. Man, I tell you, so, you know what I mean. But the excellence was on display, and I want to just give the two of the item the flowers, because this is a volunteer work, I'm assuming, and we don't celebrate the ones who volunteer their time, their energy. And I'm a person, I'm advocating for us to end the volunteer work. I think the item can get paid if you're doing work, and I want us to work as Rastafari and as a global family. Dark and these entities should have bigger budgets, so they can hire staff, full-time staff, that when they get up in the morning, they go to a office and then working for Dark, and they check out, and you know what I mean? That's where we have to get with Rastafari works. And that's where I want to see it across the board, and all of our non-profits, all of our for-profits. The volunteer Ethiopian is great, but I think now in this Armageddon time, we need full-time entities. You know what I mean? I would love to know that the I, as a general secretary, is on salary. with healthcare benefits and, you know what I mean, making six figures. And the I as a finance minister is getting paid. You know, that's what non-profits they make right now, you know what I mean, in New York City. You know what I mean? If you look at salaries, like, you can't live in New York with no small money either. You know, the people have to know that. So, and I want us as Rastafari to not blink an eye when, you know, or say, look at them a thief to people money. No, they're doing work. They have to get paid, so that they can do it all the time. So that's the mentality on this platform
Mhm.
that we push. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yes,
that's the
Um,
I.
goal. That is the goal. You
yeah,
know,
you know what
and
I mean?
but in the meantime, we actually, we because this is, we're underrepresented. Somebody has to do the work in the meantime. But the ultimate goal is to actually have a thriving, self-sustainable entity economically, and culturally. Just well-rounded altogether, and
Yes, yes,
we're
yes.
well on our way.
With a full team, full staff, you know,
Yes.
doing Rust, because they could multiply the work. All that greatness you just heard, if everybody goes to dark right now, if I had 50,000 of my subscribers, just go to the website and give a $10 contribution. That's $500,000, you know. That's what I'm trying to
Mhm.
get into our head.
Mhm.
We are the ones who are stopping us
Mhm.
from do what we have to do because we don't have that faith. You know what I mean? And it don't take a lot from any one person if we all just give a little. You know what I mean? One cocoa full basket. I have 57,000 subscribers. I want 50,000 go dark website and give $10. You know, now they can have a staff. Now they can set a budget for the fiscal year and
Mhm.
they can plan out. You know what I mean? That's the level I want us to be thinking with our institutions. You know, because until we hire our own young people, we're gonna continue to lose the great majority of them. You know, we need to be able to hire our young people to work for us and for our mission. That is the ultimate. You know what I mean? So I'm long-winded. Yeah, I them know I already, so we can chat. But I'm gonna give our guests a chance to say their closing, final statements. Give thanks for everyone who has stayed live. We're 16 minutes over time. But I told my sister, you know, you see that 2 hour there you talk about, that thing fly like a eagle, Ghana, France, or Burkina Faso. So all right. Give us your final statements and just let the people them know how they can tap in, for the people who are watching after. And also I want this audience to spend some money with dark. It is a charitable organization. Let people know how they can contribute. Don't embarrass me, Lion Pride, please. You know what I mean? When I say there's at least 1,000 of the item for God dark and give money. All right, please, and put hashtag Lion Pride when you give them money so they can call me and say, yeah, man, we get some little bumping thing. Please. All right. Now,
Yes, sir.
final words.
All right. Yes, I would come forward with the final word or words. First, we want to give thanks to the I, Ras Kwasi, for having I and I here on your platform. This is an honor. And again, I personally have seen plenty of work that I have done and getting this information out there from our community, our nation. So, and to be here is an honor, truly. So we give thanks. And we look forward to more collaborations as well. Um, I want to give thanks, first of all, to all of the participants in our banquet, which is the primary reason why we came here. All
Yes.
of the honorees, all the ones who attended, to all of the members of the Dark Foundation. You know what I'm saying? So I give thanks for being a part of that. I give thanks to the Dark Foundation for having the opportunity, this outlet to do the works of Rastafari, the works of His Majesty, and Haile Selassie at first. Right. So, as far as more on Dark Foundation, some things that I want to touch on before we step off here.
Yes.
Every Friday night we talk about education. Every Friday night we have our Enlightenment series where we come on at 11 p.m. That's Eastern time. Every Friday night via Zoom, and we have Rastafari reasoning. We share things that's going on in the news, current, whether it's globally or locally or personally, or within the Rastafari nation or outside, that is important to us. Um, we have our particular topics that we like to discuss and reason on factually, and we educate one another. And we sometimes you see ones who, and you get to see the scope of Rastafari, where ones might see things a little differently, and then we reason about it.
Yes.
So it is very important. So the ones who have the opportunity can look up for that also on the DARC website, which is um, DARC info at darkfoundation.org. You can find that link there, or you can reach out to one of I, and we will really look forward to forwarding you that information as well. As far as philanthropic and dole love or donate, I will provide a number here that the ones can send a Zelle or a Cash App to.
Yes.
For a direct Zelle to our philanthropic efforts, which is endless, the number is 516-445-4293. One more time, that's 516-445-4293. Or you can Cash App at $Dark Foundation towards our philanthropic efforts.
Beautiful.
A lot of work being done right now, when it comes to Jamaica and other things and ones who are in dire need. So the work, it never ends, it never ceases. And I just want to once again give thanks for that. I give thanks for having I here. Yes,
And I think the next time I will have the item is to talk about the hurricane relief efforts. When the item finalized, I know that's in the work. So when the item ready, we can have the item to come forward and outline what DARC is doing around the hurricane relief.
Yes, before the sister I-Chelle, the ICL, there's a GoFundMe which we can share, which is support a family that we currently have going on right now.
Okay.
So go ahead.
And send that to I. I'll have Jabi send it to I, and we can add it because I'm pushing the RMO one, but we're gonna be pushing all of the Rastafari efforts, because all hands on deck. There can't be too much support because there's so much need.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that DARC is taking the approach of just supporting families, selecting, to have a greater impact, because sometimes we spread it and everybody get a little, but if we can get families that are ones that are traditionally ones that help the community, like I see Dr. Shelley and others who traditionally are the ones who have been the ones that help the community. We can help families. That is also worthy. So all of the efforts need support. And again, probably starting Saturday, if the item can send I can share it with this audience.
I shared a link in the chat for you.
Okay.
The GoFundMe, our support a family affair.
Beautiful.
Fundraiser.
But before you seal us up, I want to tell the people I don't have a Ferrari and I don't own a Bugatti, but one thing I have is a brethren from Zambia, Ras Tafari, who I give thanks. You know what time it is in Zambia. If you think that this platform is not global, family, this is I'm and joy, because when Africa tune in, live, we love it. Big up yourself, Ras Tafari, all of the Zambia Lion Pride. We know so we enough down there too. Big up all of the ones them. Sorry, all right. I had to say that.
Yes,
go ahead, give us our final sound.
Yes, give thanks, Ras Kwasi Bonsu, for allowing the DARC Foundation to utilize the platform here, Lion Talk Live. It's been exciting, it's been fun, and I'm appreciative of the effort and the works that the I is doing to own our culture and maintain our culture and share the works and expose our culture. I just want to give thanks to the DARC Foundation, for allowing I to be a part of, just everything that's moving forward. Again, for the Ethiophile Banquet, I want to give thanks to our sponsors, Swag, Team First, It's From the Soul. Without them, they were monumental in helping us to actually bring this event to life, along with Buna Cafe, African Sound, and Vital Health Foods. So those are these entities, these businesses, these cultural businesses, these Black businesses that with a common foresight we're working together to actually make it happen. And that's what it's about, finding people that are like you, like-minded, and collectively moving together. And so I give thanks for our ancestors paving the way. I give thanks for Dark Foundation being a pioneer in so many different things, being the first Rastafari entity to speak about the COVID vaccinations and what you can do holistically to help yourself. Hosting Global Groundation to raise funds for Ethiopia. There's a variety of different things that we've done in the past that that are uplifting the community. And so I'm thankful for that. I'm super thankful to Dr. B, for actually coming out of his cave many years ago when I got on him 20 years ago and said, you need to come out and talk to these people, because I've been around the Rastafari community for a while, and it needs some upliftment and some standard and some morality. Does he match Kwasu? I've been around, I was at the 2003 Global Rastafari Conference. Do you remember that? I was there. And I met a lot of ones from Jalai to Plana. Everyone, I met a whole bunch of people. And
I wasn't there, but I heard of it. And
but I was. I'm just saying, I was there,
Yes,
and I
yes.
was able to be a part of the Rastafari Youth Council, the Ascension of Rastafari Youth Council,
Yes,
the Inception
yes.
of Millennium Council, and just watching the different entities grow, Scotch Pass and everything, then Bobo Hill, going to all these places, and
Yes,
12
yes.
Tribe, and creating Dark Foundation to kind of bring up the socioeconomic value of the whole livity.
Yes,
And
yes.
so that's what it's about. It's Rastafari. It's one people. You can be Bingi, Bobo, Judokoptic, Ethiopian, Orthodox, whatever. As long as you have a good heart and you try to know your Bingi, come be a part of Dark Foundation. Come be a part of the movement. We are doing our work. We're putting our we're our works. It's evidence, and
Yeah, man.
and this year, we, like you said, we give thanks to the Yashima Bet Foundation in Jamaica, because they've been supporting the Rastafari elders for over 10 years in Kingston, bathing them, feeding them, making sure they feel a little bit of pampered and feel a little of love. You know how precious that is within our community.
course.
But we had to say thank you to those women, Aunt Miss B, and those Janet
Sister
and
May,
Sister May, sorry,
May,
B, but Sister
yes,
May, B, Mitzi, all of them that have been part
yes.
of that whole movement.
The
We had to say thank
angels.
you. They're angels, exactly. And that's what it's about, giving flowers to people who are doing the work within Rastafari. You are not, we see you. We see those that have not, the unspoken. We see your work. You don't have to be a part of the mainstream or a certain niche. We see you, and so we acknowledge you, you know. As long as you have a good heart and good works, come in. Let's do this. Let's take Rastafari by a storm. Let's take over the world, is what I say. Because Rastafari will lead the way, as long as you have a good heart and good mind and good soul.
There you have it, family. The Dark Foundation, rising Rastafari excellence to new heights, returning the movement to the foundation set by
Our motto,
community.
our motto, Dark
Highly,
Foundation, the vanguard for Rastafari civil liberty.
highly. His Majesty represent excellence in the physical form, and as you can see by the works, by the track record, by the expansion now, Tanzania coming on board, Jamaica, the registered NGO, global spread. It's a proud moment to see, and I know this is only the beginning. Let's say that this is only the beginning. We are praying and we are looking forward, as I said, to see the budget and the staff increase, to see a full complement of full-time employees around the world operating dark projects, to and fro, where our young people can have internships at a dark facility, and get paid and these things. This is where we are moving with this family. This is not going to stop. We are here to document the story. Why? Because the time has come for the lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lions.
This is Warrior King, and the time has come for the lions and the lioness to tell their own story. This is the lion's voice. Give thanks and praise for the wonderful blessing that's been poured on me. Give thanks and praise. Jah use a yet an instrument to set the people free. Jah give her the powers to chant. Jah give her the powers to chant. Ras Tafari, the lion's voice.
This is Mama Thea of Asli Pure, and when I want to hear the story from the lion and the lioness, I listen to Lion Voice with Ras Kwasi.
Greetings, this is Ras Shiloh. The time has come for the lions to tell their own story. See? This is the lion's voice. Keep it locked, right, sir? Ras Shiloh said that. Are you satisfied? Wipe those tears from your eyes. I'm all alone, still you thought I was telling a lie. This is the lion's voice. Keep it locked, right, sir?
What are you waiting for? Come together, calling from near and far. Know who you are. What are you waiting for? Rally up, it takes the dust. What are you waiting for? Ancestors paved the way for us. Yes, I am Ketis Oyonde, asking, what are you waiting for to come together? The time has come for the lions to tell our own story. This is the lion's voice.
Yes, Jah people, this is Michael Shemai representing. I say, hear the lion voice, saying it is time for the lions and the lionesses to tell their own story. King David killed Goliath with a stone, we original dread.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the lion's voice, we come to tell our story. Rastafari, live it. Hey, the lion's voice, Rastafari.
Alright, listen to me now, people. The lion roar, no dog bark. See? The lion's voice with Kwasi Bansoul. Time right now for the lion to tell his story. See? Listen up.
Amina, the time has come for the lioness to tell our own story. No surrender, no retreat, we are Jah soldier. Rougher than the streets, tougher than a boulder. Bigging up Lamb's voice. Now put it, I-Chelle said that.
Yeah, now the time has come for the lion to tell his own story. Yeah, the one them called Celestial I represent for the mighty lion voice. And this a shook up your planet tectonic. As me sip up my roots and tectonic. And you can't make me jump nor get panic. Have the engine a run like mechanic. Room.
I will never stop, hail the Most High. And I will never stop, call Rastafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Rastafari.
Yeah, David Dread of Steel Person. I'm saying hail to the lion voice because it's time that the lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here. Hear me now. Oh, yeah, the lion's voice. Raw.
Well, lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion voice.